And in another staffing move, yesterday the president nominated General Mark Milley to be the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. He currently holds the top job in the Army. The president also nominating State Department spokeswoman Heather Nauert to be the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations. The former Fox News host would replace Nikki Haley, who resigned in October. And the president wants William Barr to lead the Justice Department. He has been the Attorney General before, from 1991 to 93 under George H.W. Bush. Insiders say he's likely to get a lot of support from Senate Republicans. So Phil Matier and I asked former San Francisco Mayor Willie Brown, in the world of Donald Trump, do these people's backgrounds really matter?
Not really, because Donald Trump is being very focused. He made mistakes on his selection of independent potential thinkers. He is not interested in having anybody anywhere near him other than part of his team. And how you become part of his team? When you want to do anything, you check with him first.
Well, remember, these two folks have to get through Senate confirmation as well, and that could be dicey, especially for the ambassador appointment. May or may not have a lot of relevant experience.
Because she's a former Fox News commentator. She's been working at the Secretary of State's office as a press person, right?
That's right. She's got a good relationship with Mike Pompeo, allegedly. And also, then you've got Bill Burr, who's been very critical of the Mueller investigation, and that may, raise some alarm among even some Republican senators.
And you've got to know that Donald Trump is only interested in making sure at all times that Donald Trump is the focused attention getter, not anybody else. And each one of these persons clearly have never had much of a record for attention getting themselves.
So we often heard that we thought that it might be difficult to staff positions in the Trump White House, that people of, of experience may kind of want to stay away. But it seems like there are always people willing to step up, right?
Well, again, Washington, D.C. is a very big place. Even if a certain number of people don't want to be affiliated with your administration, there's always somebody around who's happy to be part of that limelight, happy to be part of the White House, which, regardless of who's in it, has intrinsic value, I think, for a lot of people. KPX5's Phil Matier and I asked former San Francisco Mayor Willie Brown about some of the outrageous things he has said to people.
For openers, I didn't say outrageous things. Let's start with that.
Oh, yes,
Let's
you
start
have.
with
You
that.
have over.
What I would say would be, no, what I would say is what the people on the streets and what the people listening, knowing that I was never going to shade it one way or another, that I was going to exactly respond as if I was in the barbershop. And at all times, with a great degree of sincerity when appropriate, and not so sincere when not appropriate.
So in other words, when you suggested that possibly the Warriors coach deserved choking, that was just in the barbershop, and today wouldn't be taken as
that was not supposed
violent.
to be printed. That was not supposed to be printed. You always had to look out for me because you knew that we couldn't damage the merchandise, and you had to help me not damage the merchandise.
Are you on Twitter, though? I mean, that's the thing. Now, Twitter, it provides this, decades long now. I mean, we go back to 2008, a decade of random thoughts right there published, to your point, in writing for everyone to search through and sift through and see. I mean, it's a different world.
Another question that we're dealing with is that it was quote unquote funny when Kevin Hart made his jokes about being gay years ago, supposedly. But it was offensive to people then. But we didn't recognize that.
I'm not so sure you're right on that.
No, I think
it may have been offensive. It's just that people didn't react as quickly and as precisely because, after all, they couldn't tweet, they couldn't connect up to someone else. You couldn't drive the force the next day and have people go after you for saying what he said.
Okay, so now Kevin Hart was asked to apologize again by the Academy Board after they received complaints. And he said, no, I've apologized before, enough's enough.
Yeah, I mean, look, for some people, they say, this is, first of all, hosting the Academy Awards is a really thankless job. It's not one that people are lined up to do. No one can do it and come out unscathed. So I think to some degree there's sort of that part of the equation. And the other part is, I don't want to go through the kabuki theater of the public apology just to do this job that not a lot of people want to do.
But now he has a real problem. And the real problem is the people who finance movie making may very well back off. Almost every other movie these days, Kevin Hart's in it, whether he should be in it or not. That may be over for him.
Billy Crystal.
Yeah.
Bring back Billy Crystal.
Yeah. I think the challenge for Kevin Hart is he said he did apologize before, and so you wonder if that's true. If he offered a sincere apology in the past, should he have to do that again?
Well, I think for some people they want it to be more sincere, maybe more public, maybe closer to the awards, and so there are a number of comedians defending him, saying a lot of us have said these kind of things in the past. We've apologized for them. We should be able to move on and continue to have a career. So we'll see how it shakes out.